Let us start developing Android applications. In this section you will learn how to install Android platform, how to create your first application and how to run it, and also I will introduce how to create Android virtual devices. Okay, so let us start with the installation. So the prerequisites for the installation are JDK, Android SDK, ADT, and you need IDE. Let us use Eclipse. Okay, so you may get confused like where I have to download Android SDK, ADT, and also where I have to download the IDE, etc. You need not to bother about this because Google will provide you all these three things in one bundle. Okay, you will get the ADT bundle which contains Android SDK, ADT, Android development tools, and the IDE. Okay, you have to download the JDK separately because Android application development requires Java. So you have to download JDK and Android bundle. Okay, let us see how to download them. You can go to Google. Okay, go to Google, type download JDK 7. You can download the latest version also, but I used to go with the JDK 7. Here you have the official link www.oracle.com. click on that. Okay, here is your JDK 7. Okay, you can accept the license. Then if you click on any one of this, for example if you are using Windows, you can use these two versions. If not, you can find other versions for different OS. Okay, you have the JDK for Linux, Mac, Solaris. Okay, so I am using Windows. So, and also in Windows you have 32-bit operating system and 64-bit operating system. This 586 it is for 32-bit operating system. So you can select any one according to your operating system configurations. Okay, if you click on this, it will download the JDK. Okay, now what is our next prerequisite? Here it is. The second one is you need the bundle which contains Android SDK, ADT, and IDE. Okay, let us see how to download or where I have to download that. Go to Google. You just type download Android SDK. For me, as I am using Windows, I am typing download Android SDK for Windows. If you are using any other OS, you can type like Linux or Solaris, etc. So here you have the official website developer.android.com. so just click on this link. It will take you to this page where you can download the Eclipse ADT with Android SDK for Windows. So this gives you the complete bundle which contains the Eclipse IDE and ADT Android development tools with Android SDK for your Windows operating system. So click on that. So it asks for the terms and conditions. You have to agree that, and you have to select the operating system, whether it is 32-bit or 64-bit. Okay, I'll go with the 32-bit. Click on the download Eclipse ADT with the Android SDK for Windows. If you click on this, it will start downloading the ADT bundle. But already I have this ADT bundle. I'll cancel this download. I'll show here. Okay, here we have JDK and also ADT bundle. Okay, now how to install JDK? It is very simple. Just double click on this .exe file. Okay, would you like to install this? Yes, it is preparing to install. Okay, then if you click on next, it will ask for the development tools, and if you keep on clicking on the next, and finally you have to click on finish. Okay, it is checking the status. Okay, I'll minimize it, let it run for some time. Okay, now let us start what we have to do with Android bundle, ADT bundle. Okay, so select the ADT bundle, and it is in zip format, so unzip that. I will extract files here. Well, let us check what is happening with JDK. It is installing. Okay. Okay, it is asking would you like to install it to the C program files, C drive program files, Java folder and JRE7. Okay, I don't want this because I have already installed, so just I'll cancel it. Okay, you can follow the steps. Okay, so it has unzipped the file. Here is your folder, ADT bundle. So it contains 2 folders and 1 file. It is your Eclipse, SDK and SDK manager. So open the Eclipse. If not, one more thing, as of now I have kept this on the desktop here, but better always keep it in any drive, something like D drive or G drive or anywhere. Okay, it's optional. Open this ADT bundle. You have the Eclipse SDK and SDK manager. So open the Eclipse. You can find eclipse.exe here. Okay, so select that, double click. You are using the Eclipse to create applications. So where you have to store that applications? So for that you need some space. So it is called as workspace. So it is asking for the workspace where you want to store the applications. Okay, it is your wish. You can create the workspace, browse it. So I will create the workspace to the same folder. It is in the desktop. Okay, I'll minimize this. In the desktop we have one folder called as Android. So to that folder I'll create the workspace. Select the folder and you can create one new folder here. I will name it as workspace. You can give any name. Okay, give some meaningful name here. So select that and click on OK. You can check it out. It is in C drive. On the desktop you have the Android folder. Inside that you have the workspace. So in this all your applications will be stored. Okay, click on OK here. So this is your Eclipse. So here you got some information. You can read it if you wish. Okay, there are different steps they have provided how to create the Android application, etc. So I don't want this. We will learn all these things in our sessions. So I'll close this. So now let us start creating our first application. I'll explain the steps. Please note it down. Okay, you can repeat the steps later. So the first step will be go to File, go to New option, select Android application project. Okay, you will get this window for new application. You have to give the application name. I'll give the name as my first application, my first app. Okay, as of now don't bother about project name. I'll explain this later. And one more thing is you have to give a unique name for your package name, because whenever you are installing this Android application on your mobile, if any other application which is present in your mobile carries the same package name, then your Android phone will not allow you to install your application, because the package name should be unique. So always give the unique name for your package name. Okay, I'll change it something like com dot something like Andy dot my first app. Okay, this is like minimum required SDK, target SDK, all these things I will explain when I cover what are the different versions of Android and how to select the version. Okay, at that time I will explain all these things. Now click on next button. So it is saying if you want to configure your project, there are some options here, so you need not to do that as of now. So click on next. So this is the icon. You can select the icon for your application, means which icon you want to display in your phone for your application, that you can browse it and select. So as of now you can use the default icon provided by your Android system, so that is IC launcher. So click on next. So now basically Android application consists of different pages. Okay, I will show this in later session. So it consists of different pages. Now if you want to create a page, okay, it consists of two different files. One is XML file and another one is Java file. Okay, the UI for an Android application is designed using XML file, whereas the action to those UI components are provided using the Java file. Okay, so you need not to bother this, you will see all these things in upcoming sessions. Okay, as of now select a blank activity. Your activity is nothing but a page. As I told, Android application consists of different pages. So now we are creating our first page. So select the blank activity for that, a blank page. Click on next. So here it is asking for your Java file and XML file. As I told, the page is designed using two files. One is XML file where you can design the UI, and other one is Java file in which you can provide action to all the UI components. Okay, now you can change this your first Java file name. It is nothing but activity name. I will give it as home. It is your wish. You can keep the same name also. When you change the activity name, it is changing the XML or the layout name also. So then click on finish here. It is loading the data for you. Wait. Well, here is your first application. So as I told, Android application consists of different pages, and each page it requires two files. One is XML file. This is the graphical view for your XML file, and here is your code, XML code. Okay, so for this code, this is the graphical view. Here you can design the UI. It means you can add the buttons, or you can add the different form widgets or text fields, etc. So I will discuss what are these form widgets, text fields, layouts, all other things. Okay, and where is our Java file where we can provide the action? Here it is inside the source folder. You can find the package name. This is the package name which you have given. So under that you can find the Java file. Okay, so here is your Java file. We have named as home. It extends activity. We will see what is activity and what all these methods, why we need them. Okay, so now I haven't changed anything in the UI. It is the default UI provided by the Android system, if not from your Eclipse. So now let us try to run this application. Okay, so we have created the first application. let us run it. Okay, but the problem is where you have to run this application. If you want to see or if you want to run any application, you need the smartphone. But how you will connect the smartphone here? If suppose if I don't have the smartphone, then how to test my applications? So for all those questions you have the answer here. Android provides an option to create a virtual device. Okay, I'll show how to create virtual device. Virtual device, it is a software which is similar to your real smartphone. It means whatever you can do with your smartphone, all those functionalities are provided in the virtual device also. It is also called as emulator. Okay, now onwards I will use the term emulator for the virtual device. So I will show how to create the emulator and how it looks like and how to use the emulator. So all those steps I will show. Please note it down, how to create the emulator. So here you have a button called as Android Virtual Device Manager. Okay, so you can select that. Okay, I have already created some emulators here, don't bother. So if you consider this is the first time you are visiting, click on new button. Okay, it is displaying a window where you can create the new emulator, new Android virtual device. Okay, so give the name for the device. I will give it as my phone new. Okay, but what is the resolution of that device, or which device it symbolizes? Whether it is a device which looks like a Nexus 7 or whether it looks like some other device. Okay, you have to select the configurations for your device. So for that your Eclipse provides some standard resolutions here. Let us select a device with 3.2 inches with the resolution MDPI, means medium density pixels. Okay, so select the device. So as of now don't bother about all other fields, we will discuss later. So click on OK. Okay, you can see here is your virtual device or emulator, my phone. You can select that, you can click on start button, it will show the emulator, if not it will run the emulator. So it is asking to launch it, click on launch. Okay, here is your emulator and this is the number for that, 5554. Okay, I'll close this Android Virtual Device Manager. Well, here is your virtual smartphone. Okay, you can see the options. You have different applications here: calling application, contacts, message, and your web application, camera, and you can find some more application inside. Okay, so it is same as your smartphone, but it won't support some features because like if you're using camera, okay, suppose if you open the camera, so it will show unfortunately close because camera needs a physical component, whereas this one is a software which doesn't have any physical component, so it is showing the error. But other applications, like if you want to use the message application, okay, you can use it. You can create the message, new message, okay, to whom you want to send the message. Okay, I'll give on, okay, I'll give the number like okay, well, you can type the message. Okay, this is your virtual keypad. Okay, I will type something like hi. This is the back button. If you click on this, it will send the message. Okay, so in the same way you can use other applications also. Okay, you can use the people application. It is nothing but contacts. You can create a new contact. Okay, keep local. So you have to enter the name here. I'll give something like Sam. Okay, and I will enter the number, phone number. I'll give it as okay. So you can fill all other information also. So as of now this is enough, so click on done. Contact saved. So here is your contact. Okay, like this it acts like a real phone, though it is virtual, means you can't do any real-time operations like calling someone or using the camera, all those things, but still you can use the internet, all those things, like if you want to open the Google, use the browser. Okay, you can see this symbol, it is using internet. So here it is displaying the Google page. Okay, so this is your virtual smartphone. Now as you have some applications here, we also created one application, that is my first app. So let me try to run this application on this device. Okay, so how to run the application? Please note down the steps. Select application, right click, go to run as option, select run configurations. Okay, here you have to run the Android application, so select Android application. So it is asking you to select the application, which application you want to run. So browse and select your application, select the target. You have some options here, so go with always prompt to pick the device. It means every time you run the application, it will ask on which device you want to run this. Okay, so apply the settings, then click on run button. Okay, so it is showing the available devices here, means the devices which are running currently. If not, if any other devices you have which are not running, it will show in the new virtual device, launch a new virtual device. Okay, as of now we have one device, so select that device and click on OK. Okay, here in the console you can see the status, what is happening. So here it is installing my first app. So open your emulator. Okay, so here is your first application. So this is how you can create the Android application. I will repeat the steps once again. If you want to create a new application, go to File, select New Option, select Android Application Project, give the name and click on Next option. Okay, select the blank activity, click on next, give the name for your Java file, and you can change the name here also if you wish. Click on finish. Okay, so here is your first application. Now if you want to run this application, you need the device. So if you don't have the device, Android provides an option. You can create the virtual devices. To create virtual device, select Android Virtual Device Manager, click on new button, give the virtual device name. Okay, select the device, which type of device it is, what is the screen resolution and screen size. You can select any option, but better always go with the 3.2 version so that it will fit to your screen. Okay, give some other name, then click on OK button. So here is your phone new. Okay, you can start the device, and if you want to run the device, like this the device will be. If you want to run the device, run the application, select the application, right click, go to run as option, run configurations, browse and select your project, and then select the target, click on run option. Okay, so it will run the application on your virtual device or emulator. Okay, so from next session I will explain what all the different types of UI components you have. Okay, and how to implement those UI components to design a better UI. Okay, thanks for watching. See you in the next session.